Oh man. Oh man, my friends, I'm out here looking at TikTok. One thing that TikTok reinforces is that I love females. I love females. I don't know if that's something that's really frowned upon saying in 2023. I also wore the wrong glasses. I like to wear the other glasses for these particular streams, and instead I'm wearing my troglodyte nerd loser glasses. Look at this. Back in the day, I used to have the rectangle ones. Like I repaired laptops for a living. Come on, be better. Be better, piggy.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Listen to Michelle Obama. So today we have an action-packed episode, as we always do, of the Pigcast, which is what I'm calling these. Awful name. Now looking back on the things that I decided to call myself. PigCake. What is that? It's the pig cake. Okay, great. Now I have people calling me Piggy for no reason. We have an action-packed episode. We're going to talk about entrepreneurs, as the title suggests. Idubbz, which is something that probably nobody cares about, but I care about because, well, I'm a virgin loser. Mentally ill virgin loser. That's the thing. A lot of people, whenever I've made videos, there's a nice sizable portion of individuals that are saying, oh, pig cake, you're so mean. Why are you saying all these derogatory terms? Because I'm describing myself. I'm describing myself. That's the key. That's the caveat, right? I'm saying all these insulting things, but really the person that I'm thinking about is me, the man in the mirror, right? You get it? So it's almost self-deprecating. Also, I have bitches here under my notes and dumb politician. So you can tell the vibe here for this particular stream. I went to a Quinceanera over the weekend. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this level of Latin trash, but I went to one over the weekend. My friend's sister turned 15, and they have this thing called the Quinceanera. If you're not someone of Latin descent, you might not be familiar with this. Sweet 16, I think, is what white bitches essentially get. Dudes don't get it. It's a very sexist sort of thing. But typically white girls get Sweet 16s, and the Latin get quinceañeras, which usually you get a banquet hall. They take a bunch of pictures, right? And there's a whole ceremony for you turning 15 and becoming a woman. Of course, to keep in mind that for most Latin-based cultures, becoming a woman starts at 13, right, essentially. But they wait 2 more years, and they say, fuck it. This is when we're going to have a quinceañera. Now, the reason I went is because my friend said, hey, man, open bar. There's going to be an open bar here. And I said,
this is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
Actually, I said the opposite. I said, I'm allowed to be here because of that open bar. So I said, I'm going to go. I'm going to be there. So I ended up having to get some shoes, get a nice little suit put together. I actually have the shoes here. This is... a lot of people give shit to loafers. I got to tell you, I've been going through a Miami Vice phase as of late. It's the best shoe. It's the best shoe I've ever invented. It's a slip-on. You don't have to worry about laces. They look classy. They look dressed down. This is one of the best shoes you could get. Now, I don't care about the brand. It's Steve Madden. Fast fashion. Doesn't matter. But it's a baller shoe. It goes with any outfit. And it stands out. People typically wear black shoes. Oh, God. What are you wearing? Black Air Forces? Are you going to get into a fight in the hood? Come on. Be better.
Be better. Be better. Be
2 be betters in under 5 minutes. Ben Shapiro says, yo, PC. Every time I see Ben Shapiro, I'm reminded as to his perfect sister with voluptuous breasts. Sean Devine says, wait, I just noticed you're writing with your left hand in that drawing. Are you a lefty? No. I guess Vanessa, who I commissioned to draw that, drew me as a lefty. But no, I'm right-handed. The only thing I do with my left hand is masturbate. And that's frequently because I'm a magician by profession, right? Let's see what else. Manel says they're lovers in secret in reference to the picture of Daniel I have in my opening little thing there. Let's see. Martin Waite says it's a debutante ball. That's a word that I'm not familiar. A girl being announced to society as marriageable. Essentially, that's what a quinceañera is. But your boy got hammered. Although, as I mentioned in a video, I do think that there's a conspiracy. I do think that somehow there's something going on there because I had way too many drinks. I had probably about 12 to 15 drinks in total, and hard liquor, not beer. right? They had Bud Light there, and I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but I still drink it. People are out here complaining, oh, wow, what are you, sus? No, doesn't matter, all right? I'm still a Budweiser guy. I still order Budweiser without any sort of care at all at bars. But if you're going to have open bar, I'm not going to get beer. I'm not dumb. I'm going to get the hard liquor. So I was ordering rums and cokes, Cuba Libres, and I was ordering some other weird tequila drinks, Sex on the Beach. I had about 15 drinks, and I was fine. I was okay. I didn't even have a hangover the next day. So I'm thinking, because they were using clear spirits, those motherfuckers are mixing it with water. I might report that to the whatever Better Business Bureau and say that, hey, you guys are cutting down on your drinks. Because there's no way. There's no way I had 15 drinks and still got hammered. And it's not like I ate. The steak they provided was as thin as my penis. It wasn't a really good particular place. So what? So I think there's a conspiracy going on with these banquet halls if they happen to have open bars where for some odd reason the drinks that they pick seem to all have clear spirits. Why'd you have clear rum? Nobody gets clear rum. What are we in the fucking 1500s? That's not how it works. We get that dark rum. That's how it is. That's how you know that it's rum. Somehow they pick clear rum. Same thing with tequila. What a coincidence that the guy only had clear spirits to pick from. So I feel like there's an inner sort of conspiracy among these banquet halls trying to get you to save. And it's not like they're paying a lot for the spirits. They're getting them in bulk. They're paying nothing. They're buying shitty tequila. They're buying shitty rum. And I'm out here trying to get hammered to enjoy Quinceanera. And yet, I'm out here with a buzz. I'm out here with a buzz, somewhat of a reasonable buzz. I wanted to get demolished. I was promised that I would be demolished in that day because of the open bar. And instead, I left with craving more liquor. So that was unfortunate. Actually, as a dude, you get to almost die from alcohol poisoning in your 21st in cities in a shitty strip club. Just me? Yeah, that's what we get. We get that 21st party where they decide to take you to the shadiest strip club where you see girls with pregnancy scars all over them. And you go, yep, that's the place that I want to lose my drink virginity. Although people drink way before. I waited to 27 to lose my drink virginity card. Even though I had little sips of alcohol here and there. But at 27 is when I said, you know what? I think I'm good. I'm going to start drinking. And, I've made up for lost time since. And it's something that I've realized, maybe I should have started this way earlier. Although I'm trying to cut back on the liquor. I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm trying to keep that weight off. And I'm trying to lose more weight. So I've noticed the less liquor you have, the more the pounds seem to shed. And even though you're not really putting a lot, when you're drinking beer, you're essentially drinking pasta. But when it comes to like little shots of whatever of rum, you're drinking 100 calories. That's nothing. Now, if you have 5, yes, you're drinking 500 calories worth of nothing, no nutritional value. But still, a couple drinks is not going to kill you. But still, you want to manage. Heat Shield says, Piggy ordering the back of the house special glass all night long. Yeah, they might as well have gotten that beer coaster mat and just dropped it in there and given me that and still wouldn't have given me a buzz. Grass-Fed Gary says, I prefer the old Idubbz, but I shouldn't have the freedom to move if he doesn't want the old content anymore. Sorry, I read that like an absolute troglodyte retard. Grass-Fed Gary said, I prefer the old Idubbz, but shouldn't he have the freedom to move on if he doesn't want to do the old content anymore? Yes, he should. However, I think that comes with a certain level of scrutiny based on a little word we call hypocrisy. Now, I guess we might as well start with that, right? Now, Idubbz, if you're not familiar, is a YouTuber. He's been around for a long time. I emulated his content early on when I was doing videos. I copied his Content Cop series to try to do some other ones. I did one on Evan Era, which I've since taken down because I just feel like I went a little bit too harsh on him. Evan Era is just another one of these, YouTube / TikTok, Instagram, Facebook people that just made that subpar sort of content. That's the sort of stuff that you're watching and scrolling and taking a dump and just looking meandering through your Facebook feed. But I copied his style pretty much, and I copied those initially. And he's one that became a millionaire essentially because of his content and his type of content, which people would rate as edgy. He used certain slurs, he used certain words, he used a certain type of language in his videos. And ever since, somehow, a female came into his life, a woman by the name of Anissa, everything I believe went downhill. She was a succubi. She's a Medusa, if you would. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with finding love and changing your ways and growing and developing. But at the same time, this man made his whole living and life on that edgy content that he now shuns, right? So he made a whole apology video. And I watched the whole thing, and I was just cringing. I had douche chills the entire time. And again, this might not mean anything to anyone, but to me, it meant a lot because this is an individual that I watched. And I don't want to say growing up. I watched him as an adult. And one of the things that he said a lot was, oh, I matured. I grew up as a person. This guy was making these videos at 27 years old. He's like 35 now, I believe, or in his mid-30s. And he was making this sort of content when he was 27. So he said, oh, I've matured since then. I've grown up, as if he was like 15 and a teenager. No, he was a grown man making videos. He had the ability to make decisions. So he made a whole apology video. If you ever make an apology video on YouTube, my fucking goodness, is it over for you? If you ever have to apologize, and I believe he apologized to the certain groups that he may have offended with his type of content and the words that he said. I left some comments here. I don't want to show them because one of them is, quite incendiary. But anytime you ever make an apology video on YouTube, you're never going to satisfy the people that you are apologizing to. You're never going to satisfy anyone. There's no reason to do it other than vanity, than self-loathing. And he's decided to move away from his old style of content, which again is his prerogative, right? It is his content. He could totally do it, as somebody just mentioned, but you build your foundation on this. You build the entire house that you live on this, right? A fucking ad block on Edge. And now it just seems off. It seems off to me. Here, I believe he goes, I haven't spoken candidly on my feelings on the channel. I've always been obscured by video criticizing someone for some kind of skit. And it's not like the videos that he made criticizing people were wrong. These people did stuff to warrant criticism. There were people that caused other people to get fired. There were people that said nasty things about others, that were hypocrites. And now, seems like the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree. And I believe the majority of the people that used to watch his content are on my side. They're on the same bits. You do have a lot of comments here that seem to have reached the top. For some reason, perpetually internet people, as I like to call them, seem to rise to the top on these sort of posts. Redditors, as I like to call them, or Redditors as they're known to be called. It's gay. It's gay. And I remember watching his old videos, and they were very reasonable. His takes on free speech were always very reasonable. I think nobody could necessarily argue with them because they were objective points. You have certain words, right? Fuck it. Why not? The power of the words is only based on the power you give them. So why not say certain things? Why have to police your own language? And yet, he's gotten back. But my whole thing is that he built his house on a foundation of shit. And now he's blaming the people that built that foundation for certain things. He said his audience, he went back on his audience. I would never go back on the PigCake community. No matter how bad, how raunchy, I'd never go back on the PigCake community. Now, there are certain weeds, a certain couple weeds here or there that have popped up throughout the years, contacting companies behind my back for some fucking reason. Gosh, get a life. But that's the nature of being an online person, right? Of making my content available for the masses. So it's iffy. It's iffy and it's sad because, again, this is someone that I looked up to in terms of his content. And now to see him come full circle, it's heartbreaking as the old pigster. But I just wanted to bring that up because it was something that's topical and relevant. And it might be the most virgin-y shit I bring up on a podcast by a magician. But alas, it was something that is topical and recent. So let me go through here and look at the comments. Corn Pop says, an open bar at a 15-year-old's birthday party is the most Latin thing ever. Yeah, they had an open bar there. And I was asking him, like, are they going to have bracelets? How are they going to figure out if they're 15 or not? Because I don't know if you've seen 15-year-olds now, but they're fucking big as shit. Well, everyone's big as shit to me, but they look like grown men. They have beards at like 16. God fucking damn it. So I didn't know how they would be able to determine whether or not. They just said, no, they're going to eyeball it. They're just going to eyeball it. So they did that. But it is a very Latin American thing to have an open bar and to have a copious amount of liquor around teenage children. But they were all nerds. That's the one thing that I've realized looking back. My goodness, you're there surrounded by a bunch of girls. You're a 15-year-old. Right? A fit 15-year-old kid that you could essentially eat Hershey's chocolate all day and still have a six-pack. You're surrounded by a bunch of girls. A bunch of honest dumb bitches. Let's be fair. Everyone at that age is not really the brightest tool in the shed, right? So you just mac on them, hit on them, and then you see kids with AirPods. Those are kids wearing AirPods at this Quinceanera, surrounded by a bunch of girls that are just there talking amongst themselves. Nobody's up there dancing. You'd be out there. That's your time to shoot your shot, to be out there macking on some shoddy. But instead, some kid's wearing AirPods. He's there on his phone like this, with AirPods on. Ugh. God, that's another thing that pisses me off every time I go to eat and I'm just looking at the surrounding tables, because I like to eavesdrop. I'm a chismoso, as my people like to say. So I'm looking and I see a whole family and a kid's wearing fucking headphones, just there sitting, right? The kid's definitely not going to be paying, by the way. They're usually a child, some teenager. They're more likely than not going to be paying for their meal. The parents are going to be paying for their meal. And I'm seeing a kid with AirPods on a table, on their phone, just watching a video. That's so fucking disrespectful to the parents. Oh, God. Again, it's very easy for me to say this as a non-parent, but I do imagine that when I do have offspring, I'm not going to let them be with headphones in a table in a restaurant. We came out and you're going to be wearing that in the car, whatever. It's acceptable. You got to be in your vibes while you're in a drive. But if you're there in a restaurant wearing AirPods, come on, be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Be better. So yeah, my gig, bro. Oh, my gig, bro. Oh, my God, bro. Not the bar mat. Not the bar mat. I guess you're referring to the bar mat shot that I was referring to earlier. Manel says, have you ever tried a Long Island? Shit hits hard. Yes, I've had many different types of Long Islands. The main one that we have around here is called moose juice. Moose juice. Some people call it jungle juice. Ill. But we call it moose juice. It was made from a restaurant. It was made famous by a restaurant called Moe's down here, which again was before my time. Unfortunately, this restaurant was before my drinking time, and it was ruined by underage teenagers that were allowed to come into the bar and drink, because the bouncers were typically very horny and didn't care about age. They said if there's grass on the field, it's time to play, and because of that, the place got shut down. But they used to have this special, I believe, on Tuesdays, or I forgot what day of the week. It might have been Tuesday, where $20, and it's as many as you could hold. As many moose juices as you could physically hold is what you would get for $20. And obviously, this leads to debates among friends, how many they could hold. One of my friends swears that he could carry 15 moose juices. No, you can't, right? But that was a thing that they had. And unfortunately, this wonderful place was closed before my time of drinking because of bouncers, of horny bouncers. Retarded bouncers, by the way. My goodness, what are you going to do? Take one of these 16-year-olds with a fake Italian ID home? Yeah, good job, buddy. Good job with that. The party isn't over for her, for the parents of the potential husband, says Martin Wade. Remember when I got you to rate the trans girl magician and you said it would be okay? Yes, I did give a person that was considered themselves a trans, or is a trans magician. I believe I gave them an 8 or 7, I think 0.8. And I stand by that. I stand by that because I'm not a bigot, okay? I stand by my rating. So if you think otherwise, you're the bigot. Be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
This is the Gaberhood.
This is the Gaberhood, and you are not welcome.
I'm just digging my own grave here. Let's see. Can I buy Pigcast notes from the notebook? Wow, that's a very specific thing to request. If I say that you're a baby monster, do you recognize that reference? Do you recognize that particular reference? A little odd thing there. You wouldn't be buying much, and it's also on this reusable notebook. I got this Rocket book where you could just reuse them, right? So you wipe the pages with a cum rag, and you could reuse the notebook. I have a lot of ideas here that I wrote, little magic notes, right? But I like to reuse this from time to time. So I could rip the page out and probably sell it to you, but I don't know what that would be doing. That'd be essentially you'd be wasting money, which I'm okay with. I used to not be okay with that. People like on the channel, like, oh man, no, don't give me money. Then I've realized, you know what? Rent's getting expensive. And they just raised mine. So your boy's out here. Join the academy. I know a lot about you, like why you're watching this ad. And it's specifically because you've looked up magic tricks. Well, hey there, my name's PigCake, and I've been doing magic trick tutorials on YouTube for the better part of 6 years. And I'm here to tell you about the PigCake Magic Academy with over 1,200 videos already uploaded, designed to make you an expert magician. You get access to all the content the moment you sign up, and I'm uploading every single week. As a matter of fact, I uploaded a video today. Just look at that list of moves, tricks, ideas that you're gonna get access to the moment you sign up. It doesn't end. As a matter of fact, I could stop talking completely, and the list is still gonna keep going. Just look. So check it out, the PigCake Magic Academy. The link is going to be below. I go with you, but I'm stuck in this video. But I'll wait for you to go ahead and click it. Go ahead, you know you want to. Oh gosh, my beautiful, long, illustrious hair. Ugh. Hey dude, that effect that you said Christian Grace blew your mind is getting released this year. Can you describe it again? The one where he knew a word without you writing anything down. It's exactly the way I described it. He puts my hand on his hand. I'm not taking away anything. I'm not adding anything. He puts my hand on his hand. He has me think of any word, right? Or an object. He has me think of an object, something that I could easily imagine. And he has me go through the amount of letters, and he picks up on that. Not only that, right? But based on that, he starts describing the object. And then, without exaggeration, he tells me what the object is. That's exactly what he did to me. There's a picture of it. I believe you could see it on my Instagram as he's doing it to me and essentially molesting my brain. But that's what it is. I don't know if I could say the name of it, but he's definitely teasing it. Now I've seen him tease it. Some other people have described it, but that's what it is. Now, there is a lot of work behind it, right? Don't get me wrong. There is going to be work behind it. It's not going to be something that's, it's going to be something that's not necessarily super easy, but it is within the grasp of people to perform without a lot of effort. But it's going to take some effort to get there, right? So let me just say that. But it's immaculate. It's immaculate. That's all I want to say. And my mind was blown when he performed it. Didn't he drive 8 hours to say the N-word? Yes, he did. Idubbz did that for a video, Tana Monjo. But she also was one of those hypocrites that he apologized to. Ew. In that video that I just showed, the first person that he apologized to for this particular type of content where he would, do a documentary based on things you've done. Maybe you have some sort of transgression. And he apologized to her, she's like objectively a terrible person. So it's kind of odd for Idubbz to specifically apologize to her for the video he made to her, about her, when she was probably the worst one that he's done a video of, or she's the worst one that he's decided to do his Content Cop series on. So I don't understand what the point of, but he did do that, and that was quite the epic tale. It's a great one. You could see the video there. It's unlisted, but it is a great Content Cop. Let's see, antisocial kids with AI girlfriends. Yes, that's what it felt like at this Quinceanera. Just, you have so much opportunity. Again, I was 15, right? So you know how you are. But looking back on it, my goodness. Oh, God, the hindsight. It hurts. Because you could just be there. You could just say anything. And they're like, oh my God, that's the funniest thing I ever heard. They don't know any better. Just tell them some stupid joke. And they're going to be out there being your girlfriend. At least for the next 20 minutes. But instead, they're just there on AirPods. Oh, listen, I have AirPods. Don't get me wrong, right? I wear them when I'm walking. Even though I don't feel comfortable anymore. Hello? Fucking focus. Because there was a shooting about 3 blocks away. There's a shooting. So your boy's in the hood. Your boy has to load up. He has to get some GAT, right? He has to get some GAT money. But Maybe I should change this to Gap Money, right? Instead of a beer fund, maybe I should change that to Gap Money Fund, which, by the way, doesn't update. Somebody put the other day, and it doesn't fucking update, Streamlabs. But the one thing I hate are AirPod adults. I hate AirPod adults. The people that they have them and they're talking loudly in public. Ugh. God. Ew. I really do hate where we've come as people. Jesus, I've never realized how long that list is. It's a very long list. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was updating it because someone told me that the videos from 2018 were not showing or weren't working. So I had to go and manually update each and every single video. And I'm looking back and seeing all the comments that people left on the Academy and seeing all the stuff. And I'm like, oh, man. Oh, gosh. Your boys put a lot. So not to suck my own dick, Stefan, but I'm out here doing some auto fellatio. Let me go back here. Sorry, I'm looking through the comments. I don't want to skip any. Corn Pop says, wait, you have a Magic Academy? Funny. Good one, man. Good one. Big sniff mid-ad. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I'm still getting over my sickness. I've been sick for like a week and a half, by the way. Just disgustingly sick. Just still snotty. I'm not coughing as much anymore, but my goodness. Maybe I should have gone to the doctor. Maybe this is a good sign, right? When they say, hey, if it lasts longer than a week, it's been more than a week. Heat shield starts describing the object. Okay, it's short, soft, and hey, wait a damn minute. Did you see Illusionist's new effect, Heartbeat? First thing I bought in a long time. I recommend. I should ask them to send it to me, right? I think I'm at that point where I'm an influencer, where I could be like, hey, yo, send that shit to me, dog. Well, I ain't buying that shit. Send it to me, man. I've turned some profit to Illusionist, right? I've sent a lot of things their way, a lot of shoppers, a lot of would-be people buying stuff their way. So, you know, I could barge in and be like, hey, send me a heartbeat. Send me a heartbeat. But it's odd because, from my understanding, not to get too virgin-y, but can't you just use any pencil? Can you just use any pencil? All right, why do they have to send you a gimmick, or they have to send you a thing? Are they going to send you a pencil? What? That doesn't make sense. So I'm not sure about that. Got to spray paint your AirPods to match your face so you don't get jumped. Yeah, right? Apparently now in this neighborhood, that's getting hot. It's getting hot off the block, and I like to walk around, so that might not be a good thing in this neighborhood anymore. Whoa, you show your face now? Jesus, you look like that guy from Big Bang Theory. You know what the worst part about that is, Manel? You know what the worst part? My friend put up a picture of us, right? The Quinceanera. It's just me and him. You know, me looking fly as shit, wearing my pink pants, looking like a stud. And somebody goes, "Oh my God, is that the guy from TV?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Yeah, that's the guy from Big Bang Theory." Somebody independently messaged my friend saying, "Hey, is that not the guy from Big Bang Theory?" That happened independent of all the accusations that people have sent me here on my channel, saying that I look like that disgusting troglodyte from Big Bang Theory. So you're welcome for that. I want to do something to a school nearby based on the anger that I have. That's the worst show. Objectively, it's not funny. It's not funny. People watch it. I don't know why. I don't know why people give the actors credence. It's a terrible show. I think I'd rather watch Now You See Me. I'd rather watch Jesse Eisenberg be Jesse Eisenberg for 3 movies straight than watch maybe 15 seconds of fucking Big Bang Theory. Oh, it's so quirky because it's like nerd humor. I was about to say something that you should do to yourself. Right? You know what I'm thinking. I can't say it out loud for YouTube's sake, but you know exactly what I'm thinking as to what you should do to yourself. God. Let's see. You could use a bunch of shit. I use a chopstick to do Heartbeat, Yellow Fever Season. You said it. You said it, not me. But it's not a gimmick. You don't need a gimmick to do it, right? I'm not asking for the method, but you don't need a gimmick. I don't know why they're sending stuff, but I want to see if I could get my hands on one based on being an entrepreneur. Look at that. Look at that segue. I hate entrepreneurs. I've made a bunch of videos on YouTube. I've made a bunch of videos on TikTok making fun of entrepreneurs. And every once in a while, I'll get one on my Instagram feed. And it bothers me. It bothers me because these guys are just dudes that, they have generational wealth. right? It trickled down, which I don't have anything wrong against that. There's nothing wrong against that, because ideally, if you are someone that's a father or a grandfather, you want to make sure that your kids are good. You want to give them money to be able to live and survive and even thrive, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are, oh, I gave him a small loan of $1 million. In the business world, that's not really a crazy amount of money. So I do remember that being an argument from a couple years ago, and it's really a dumb thing to say, especially in real estate. Oh, yeah, $1 million. What is that? A fucking apartment complex in a good neighborhood? Come on, be better.
Be better. Be better. Be.
But these fucking entrepreneurs, I also hate these fucking spam calls that I get, unless that's an actual call where somebody managed to get my number. But I hate these fucking entrepreneurs, and you see them every once in a while, and they always have this like matter-of-fact attitude. Like, I saw somebody the other day, really reminded me as to my upbringing, the grind that I used to have. This sort of guy, and this is one that I saw on TikTok, and I felt the fucking vein right here, right above my eyebrow, just bulge in anger with my high blood pressure. That's what I just said. My goodness. Is that a car crash? That is a car crash. Look at this clown. So, and it's from Miami too. This guy's also from Miami. Is he crazy or is he an entrepreneur?
Beach the other day, and I saw a guy.
Oh my God, TikTok. I'm trying to go back on this shit.
I was in Trader Joe's in South Beach the other day, and I saw a guy with a cart that must have had 200 boxes of the butter chicken in it. And I just said to myself, this guy is either crazy or he's building something. That is what I thought. I said, he is nuts or he's building something. And I just quietly kind of gave him a nod from a distance and was just...
That's the part that got me fucking upset. I just quietly gave him a nod from a distance. Just a guy building something, Is it crazy? Or is he just an entrepreneur?
Just like, see you out there, pal.
See you out there, pal? Who is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, God. That just gets my fucking blood boiling. I was there at Trader Joe's. He also has this weird affected sort of accent, right? Oh.
In South Beach the other day, and I saw a guy.
Of course, Trader Joe's in fucking South Beach. You're paying a lot of money in rent or a mortgage to live in South Beach or any hurricane, and you're forced to evacuate. Good job, buddy.
With a cart that must have had 200 boxes of the butter chicken in it. And I just said to myself, this guy is either crazy or he's building something.
Building something. That's the other part, the jargon they use, the little terms, right? He's building something. I was having a meeting with my team. It's the same people that call working out training. Right now, I guess they do that overseas in Europe. They do call it, it's training. Oh, God, even then it's pretty bad. But I was calling my team. You're having a phone call with your friend and you call it a meeting. Oh, I'm going to have a meeting in 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to get called by fucking Daniel to talk about bitches. No, I just had a meeting with Daniel, I was there with my team. Oh, he's building something. Yeah, this guy's either crazy or he's building something. And I just gave him a quiet. Look what he fucking says. Oh.
That is what I thought. I said, he is nuts or he's building something.
He's building something.
I just quietly kind of gave him a nod from a distance and was just like,
dude, I gave him a quiet nod, man. I just looked at him from a distance, man, and I just said, I just looked at him from a distance and just fucking, yeah, man. In the hopes that what? That he's going to look at you and go, oh, yeah, you know what I'm doing, man. Entrepreneurs, we know each other. I look at you, you look at me, we fucking know each other. That's the way it works. We're both entrepreneurs. We're linked at the dick. We're docking permanently. Ugh. God, I don't know how many of these fucking assholes I get on my feeds on a regular basis, but they just annoy me. And they're so self-indulgent. Look at the videos that I made. Not to suck my own penis again, right? But look at the videos and watch those. And some people actually think that they're real. I get some comments from people that aren't necessarily familiar with my shit. And they're like, whoa, look at this fucking jokester. So, what, you think that the video where I said to go in a restaurant and a wife beater was real? You think that I really meant that? Oh. I gotta calm down. I feel like I don't want to have a heart attack on a stream. Wouldn't that be great? My legacy is being the YouTube, the F level YouTuber that died on stream, in a live stream. Fuck. Let's see. High bro pressure. You could say unalive on YouTube. That's the workaround. Yes. Yeah, you're right. But I believe that their algorithm, their AI hive mind is picking up on all these things. Building a 50-gallon drum of butter chicken. Martin Wade. I don't know why. That made me giggle. You're going to get pinned. I'm going to pin of glory you. So you're going to get a pin of glory for that, Martin Wade. I don't know why that made me giggle from the inside of my body. Yeah, he's either building something or he's crazy, man. I saw a guy with 200 things of butter chicken. No, he's retarded. What's he's reselling? At the very let's think about that logically. What could that mean? Right? That means that either he's consuming 200 things of butter chicken from Trader Joe's or he's reselling them. And I believe those are frozen. So you have to pretty much give those out. So now you have to have the right shipment, or you have to ship that correctly so that it doesn't ruin it, right? So obviously the guy's fucking crazy, but I just sat back, quietly. I could have said something as an entrepreneur, but I just sat back quietly and kind of gave him the, yeah, man, is he crazy or is he building something? Is he building a structure? Is he there trying to make something of himself? Trying to get some crypto in there, you know what I'm saying? BTC? God, fuck. Is there with a little fucking jacket? Cool. Dude, I'm just cool, man. I was there at Trader Joe's in South Beach. Ugh, you went to Trader Joe's in South Beach. What, do you hate your life? What, do you want to not find parking? What, do you want to pay 20 times the premium for everything because it's a tourist trap? Nah, man, entrepreneur life. You got to pay it. You got to pay to play. Let's see. He's building a black magnet. Damn. All right, that's it, man. You get the pin. You get the pin there. I'm sorry, Martin. This is the shortest pin of glory of all time because you've been replaced by Iker building a black magnet. You said it. I didn't say it. Okay, you said it. I'm just pinning you because you deserve to be pinned because of that. Martin Wade, nuts and building something. He saw another guy who loves the butter chicken. I'm late to the stream, but I could tell this is a banger. They're all bangers. They're all bangers. There's not one stream. Actually, no, there's been a couple streams that I've ended, and I'm like, wow, that sucked. God damn. I got no energy. Those streams where I didn't know what was going on in my chest, right? Those were fucked. Those were bad because I didn't know if I was having some sort of weird chest heart thing. Turns out, no. The secret is anxiety. That was what I was having, right? And it gives you pain in your chest that you think, oh, maybe I'm dying. Maybe finally this is the sweet surrender I'm going to get from all these fucking entrepreneurs. Those streams suck. Time to elongate the liquid, says Waja. Man, that's good. Ordinarily, if I didn't have such a good pin, I would have pinned you for that. But unfortunately, you had a great one by Iker. Waja's digging deep into the archive for that one. Elongate the liquid. Oh, God, let me X this guy out. If I see this guy's stupid, beady eyes close to each other, that's the worst part. His eyes are too fucking close to his nose. He's got the Lee Corso. That's a throwback. Lee Corso eyes. That comment lives in my head rent free. Buy something dumb from me. Heat shield. I don't know if you're referring to that. I was just having a mind energy cleansing with my staff and we harmonized around you. Cycles per life. My friend told me you're dumb enough to buy anything from me. Okay, that's funny. So you're out here using all of the terms. I don't want to get political. I don't get political on this channel. It's gotten me in trouble before. It's gotten certain people to, again, reach out to potential employers and or friends and or family members and say, hey, do you know who Sam Hyde is? Do you know who Sam Hyde is? Hey, is this the type of person you want representing your company? Huh? A guy that makes jokes? Is this someone you want representing your company? Ooh, I almost lost my shit just now. You guys almost saw me lost my shit on camera. Fuck. Oh. Do you know who Sam Hyde is? But this one does have a tinge of political bias here, although I do think this could be apolitical. But we vote the dumbest retards in office. This lady got voted in. She's some dumb idiot from California, right? And here's the thing. You got to learn. Every once in a while, you got to take an L, right? I've taken many L's in my life. As a matter of fact, most of the things I've taken in my life are L's, are losses, or, oh, I was wrong. Let me learn from this. I had the wrong opinion. I learned better, and then let me move on, right? This lady had some sort of bit that she wanted to get to. This is this whole whistleblower thing. And this dumb bitch was wrong. And instead of saying, oh, okay, then in that case, I guess we'll scratch that out. The next point, she doubles down. Look at the golden ratio of retardation. That is this politician, this person that was voted into office, I believe in the House of Reps. I looked up briefly, but I was just shaking out of anger. So I really didn't remember the information. But let's see. Ignore the obvious things here, but just listen. Oh.
Alan, have you ever used Twitter? Yes or no?
I have utilized Twitter, yes.
Okay, and is your account at Marcus A970-50645?
That is absolutely not my account.
Okay, that's not your account. Well, on December 5th, 2022, an account under the name Marcus Allen retweeted a tweet that said,
That is not my account, ma'am.
You haven't let me finish the question,
Might
sir.
have been a football player.
You haven't let me finish the question. And the time is mine. On December 5th, 2022, an account under the name of Marcus Allen retweeted a tweet that said, quote, Nancy Pelosi staged January 6th, retweet if you agree, end quote. Do you agree with that statement? Yes or no?
That is, I don't, no ma'am. That's not my account at all. I'm
asking whether you agree.
What? So obviously, when Homeboy here said, no, that's not my account, you could see the cogs start turning in her stupid purple-haired head, where she's going, oh shit, all right. And instead of going, well, is this your tweet? Is this something you tweeted? Which I guess was going to be the end portion of her little fucking diatribe there. She goes, do you agree? Do you agree with the tweet? What? Hey, fucking... Sir Cocksucker49 tweeted in April 17th of 2017 that bitches be wild. Do you agree with this? What? You could have done that about anything. She could have grabbed any tweet from any point in time and said, hey, do you agree with it? What kind of weird... There has to be some nefarious law she's breaking and leading the participant, or there has to be something. Someone that went to law school, please indulge me with this. But is this not the most retarded thing you've seen in a while? And she's out here, oh, this is my time.
Ma'am.
You have retweet if you agree, end quote.
Let's see where this goes.
I'm asking whether you agree with that statement.
Asking if she agrees with it?
Please rephrase the statement.
Yeah. Do you think that Nancy Pelosi staged January 6th? I just want him to answer this last question.
Yeah, he'll answer. I'm just telling you your time's up.
Do you believe that Nancy Pelosi, do you agree with the statement that this person tweeted that Nancy Pelosi staged January 6th? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. What an idiot. What an absolute idiot troglodyte. My fucking goodness. This is why we're getting laughed at. We're out here getting laughed at. We should be the superpower. We should be embracing Captain America out here. That should be us, right? Jacked, making fun of other countries like England for putting beans on toast for breakfast, for having no flavor in your foods, making fun of Mexico for putting spice all over your food to cover the mask of shit flavor. We're out here. Our main food in the United States is a hamburger. You could be holding a hamburger while you're getting divorced, right? It's the most effective, efficient food. We should be a superpower just based on that. And yet we elect these absolute troglodytes to office to represent us. Ew. God. So I just saw that, and I know I don't want to get political here, but what the fuck is that? How is that something that was recorded, that was in a sort of not an office, but obviously some sort of congressional thing? How is this a thing that I now have to subject my eyes to and my ears to? This bitch got voted in. She got votes. She's there getting paid to ask dumb questions like that. What was it the other day that they were asking people of TikTok, the whole TikTok thing? I think they were, I forgot what the term is, but trying to ask the CEO and founder of TikTok whether or not TikTok connects to Wi-Fi. And that was a whole gotcha, because if it connects to Wi-Fi, then it knows where you're at. And if it knows where you're at, then it's getting information about your house. Every app is getting information about absolutely everything you do. Every app is tracking you. Facebook is in your Wells Fargo app, is in your fucking Citibank app. It doesn't matter. You're giving up all this information for convenience. So it's these dumb, idiotic, retarded politicians that have no idea as to anything technological, have no idea as to anything whatsoever, asking dumb questions and getting paid for it and making decisions on our behalf. Oh, God. I had to. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't like getting political. That was ham radio. That was what ham radio was for. I found this in my closet. Decided to have a throwback. I saw Nicola Capo wearing this not so long ago in one of his videos, and I'm like, look at that guy. Look at that guy. Shout out. Although I think he had the big logo. I'm not sure if I remember that one, but I prefer this. It's more subtle. You could wear this to a bar, and it's fine. Whereas the big logo, then it means something. Then you're representing something. Whereas this, it's almost like I work for ham radio when you wear this. It's kind of dope. Let me look through the comments here. Sorry to ignore some of the comments in my rant. I do agree, bitches be wild. Someone tweeted Jews are bad. Do you agree with that? That might as well have been what she asked. Because it's all, so this is you. Obviously, she thought she had something there. She thought she had a gotcha moment with this particular individual saying, ha, I found your account. What are you going to say now, huh? I found your Twitter. And look at what your Twitter said. Look at what you tweeted. And obviously that ended up backfiring in her face, and she still doubled down. At that point, you just go, oh, okay, that's not your Twitter. All right, then any further questions? No? Do you have anything? Well, I guess my point is completely gone. But instead, she doubled down with her little fucking purple highlights. Ugh, that she went there in her middle age. She thought she's quirky because she went to a portfolio on Miracle Mayo, and she paid $300 to dye the tips of her hair purple. Grown woman. Be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Should call this the angry episode. I've been angry all stream. Every other thing I say is a joke. That's my account. I'm literally shaking right now. Piggy wouldn't want to lose any sponsors, right? Well, I did have a couple there for a little bit. I had miscellaneous ones, a shirt company, I believe. I did have Skillshare sponsoring a couple videos. They exist, right? They exist. I've had a couple sponsors. Go through here. Sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry to piss everyone off, but you stole the hamburgers from Germany. Yeah, we made it better. We made it way better than it actually is. They're not known for hamburgers now. They're known for miscellaneous sausages and bratwurst, which is awful. Their beer's too strong. Oh yeah, let me have a beer that's this big with my bratwurst. Ew, a hamburger is a perfect food, right? A cheeseburger. You could hold it. You could get divorced. You could fight somebody. You could get into a fight and still have a cheeseburger in your hand. Whereas a taco, you fold it and all the shit's falling out, right? Well, a croissant. Oh yeah, let me just have carbs. Let me just have carbs as a dish that represents my fucking the cheese and cheese. You can't. The hamburger is perfect and it's quintessentially American. Let's go ahead. Let's go through here. That makes sense. Hamburg, Germany, hamburger. Wonder if there's a hot dog place. I'm not saying we invented it. I'm saying we perfected it. And it's the thing that represents us, right, as a whole. Fuck. To be completely fair, TikTok has key trackers that aren't announced. It's definitely a fucking data harvesting gold mine. Yeah, that's the part that's iffy. But Facebook also is a fucking data harvesting gold mine. Did they not get sued? I believe people got a class action paycheck recently because Facebook was conducting experiments behind the scenes, showing certain people things, gauging how they reacted in terms of what they posted. I believe they got sued on that, and they just paid out like a month ago, I think. So don't quote me on that. Again, I could take an L on that as well, but I do recall seeing that somewhere recently. And I do remember seeing the whole experiment that they posted as if it was a good thing. Like, you didn't know this, but behind the scenes, we're actually changing things to determine and see how people react. What? So TikTok is on the same boat, but I like shawties on TikTok. As a matter of fact, before watching a stream, I look at my TikTok and it's just hot chicks. It's just hot chicks and funny videos. I recently made a TikTok for colognes. Let's see if you guys find that one. But I want to try to get some cologne things going independently from the channel, right? Try to combine that with Amazon and shit. Your boy's out here on that grind, boy. Speaking of the grind, I just spent all day working on my Kickstarter for the playing cards, my upcoming missing piece playing cards. I spent all day working on the Kickstarter, making sure it looks good. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of things that go to it. And Kickstarter is not really the most intuitive website for a lot of things. So that's something that I'm figuring out. But hopefully the campaign is going to get launched fairly soon. Again, little things that you have to change and little annoying things that you wouldn't think of in hindsight, but then you have to deal with. And I can't wait to deal with it with the whole shipping. That's the part that I'm looking the most forward to, right? Dealing with the backs and forths from the company. And so that hopefully should be something that we do soon. But I was actively working on it today, quite aggressively. So I'm figuring that out. I'm going to do the finishing touches, I believe, by the weekend. But that's what I was doing all today. I wore a PigCake shirt to a speed dating event. It got mad ass. Highly recommend. Also recommend subscribing to the PigCake. I can't even flex. I can't even flex right now because I popped through my shirt. But you're 100% right, hungry and hungover. 100% right. Although I'm pretty sure if you wear one of these shirts, depending on where you're from, you might get some eyes. I've told you before, I've mentioned this before, that I had the Pig Lives Matter shirt and two just troglodytes. Excuse me, what does that shirt mean? Like, what does it mean? What the fuck does it matter? Mind your own business. Ew. Gosh, Jesus. Hey, why are you wearing a romper? Why are you wearing such an inconvenient thing? What happens when you go to the bathroom? Do you have to take the whole thing off? Well, that's inconvenient for just looking like a toddler. Wow, mind your own fucking business. God, people don't mind their business. I remember years ago, some lady, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she goes, I'd appreciate if you guys stop using that inappropriate language. What? And of course, me being younger at the time, I wasn't necessarily a drinker. I didn't say anything. Now, turn around and say that. Turn around and say that looking like fucking, like Rosie O'Donnell. Oh, I'm going to make you cry. I'll make you cry in the Publix. When a Publix line, I'm just talking to my friend. I wasn't even cursing. I was just saying like, oh man, she said like fuck or something. I would appreciate if you got mind your own business. People get into people's other people's shit. If I'm wearing a Pig Lives Matter shirt, it doesn't matter if I have a shirt with a dick on it. Doesn't matter. Mind your business. Did the Twitter account have the blue check? That's what you got to look for. Elon certification. I know that you could pay for your Instagram now. You could pay for your Instagram certification of the little check mark, and you pay for the Twitter one. I think that defeats the point. People, for some odd reason, although I do like Musk's approach to it, even though people did find ways to kind of play around with what the purpose was and fuck around with verification. I believe Jesus Christ got verified at some point, but the whole thing, I did a whole video on it, blue checks, I believe, on PigCake Plus, and also part of the stream. I think I chopped up bits from the stream to use for that video, but it was a rant I already went on. These fucking dumb journalists out here were thinking that the verification check mark was the whole reason why they wanted to have that work for the company that they did in the first place, because companies have essentially, they had a highway to get verified. All they had to do was just pay the right person in Twitter, and they got verified. Right, so it was essentially what's happening now, but behind the scenes, for a lot more money, and they would get verified, and they would think that this verification is now a big deal. Oh, I'm verified, so therefore I'm better than you in this capacity. Ill. It's just to show that you're you. And if somebody else decides to come out with an account that says they're you, they're not verified, so therefore they're not you. You've shown the sufficient credentials to prove the fact that you're actually you. That's all it is. But for some reason, they saw it as this thing of, oh man, I got check mark. I don't want check marks, non-check marks messaging me. Not everybody has it. Fuck you. So I do like that approach to it. But the initial idea for it is one that does have merit and value. Jesus, nailed that. Read my comments on China and our pharmacy's drugs. And I have to go back. I have to go through it and read a comment that's gone. No joke here. Here's an example. We send our pharmacy to China. If we go to war with China, no medicine. You had me go back to read that. That's aggressive. I'm here talking about docking. Have you not heard the stream for the past 58 minutes? I've referred to docking more than once. Let me go through here. They apparently made like 8 figures in the first week selling that blue check mark. That's insane. Yeah, people want to get verified. People want to get verified, but I don't want to pay $8 a month just for a blue check mark. And the worst part is when you look at accounts now, it's like blue check mark and like 100 followers, following 3,000, and you read their whole bio, and their bio's like, I'm a professional Funko Pop collector. I collect Funko Pops. I'm a consumer. Oh, God, I'm getting the Coke sniffles here. That's always great, right? When you get the sniffles and people think that you're into Coke. Not a Coke. Never done Coke. Can't imagine something going in my nose. It's already annoying when you get the spray things that you have to shoot up your nose to, I don't know, smell correctly for once in your life. But to do Coke, to get a powder and to shove it in your nose, my goodness. Here's another one that I saw. And this one, I titled this in my notes, Bitches. I titled this in my notes, Bitches. Why? Because I know girls like this. There's a couple girls that I know that are like this. A lot of people believe that you can't be friends with girls or be in non-sexual relationships because you're wasting your time. I could be friendly with girls, right? I could treat some as having penises, which some people disagree with. So I know some girls that are like this, and thankfully they're no longer in my life, but I know some that are just cold-hearted cunts. They'd go out to look for dudes to buy them drinks, and then they'd go to different bars and get drinks from different people. That was their end goal. Ew. Gosh. So they're out here flirting with these lonely, desperate losers just to try to get some drinks. And then when the drinks run out, they move along to another bar. They run away before the check comes in. Gross bitches like that. And this reminded me of that, especially the cackling. Just, ugh.
This is her day, but I can tell you the story. So the guy drove 4 hours to go on a date with her, and they went to eat at a restaurant, but he went into the restaurant and ate alone, and she sat in the car. I didn't want to go in. The verdict at the end of the night is that the guy is autistic. So they never went on a second date.
Like, what's bad about that? Like,
socially awkward, fucking weird, and just not into it.
So you never talked to him again after that?
No, totally ghosted.
God, of course the comments were amazing. Always the 3s, thinking they're above average. Guy wasted 8-hour driving for a 3. He probably had a better time by himself. Honestly, I wouldn't drive a mile for that. She's laughing at him while dressed up like bread rising in fishnet stockings. I'd pin that if I could. Driving 4 hours to be ghosted. Well, this guy makes it real. The way that she just laughs at him, that's a shame. Ew. Gosh, what a gross bitch. And especially the cackling is what got me. She also, that comment is 100% accurate. She does look like she had to squeeze into the clothing. I mean, her tatted friend isn't terrible, but you know that if she doesn't put a pound of makeup, and she's just going to look like an absolute trash can. Just what is going on here? What even is this? How is this funny? How is she laughing at that? And she's just there adding little things in the background. Look at that. Look at this right here. A 3 is generous. I would say a 3 is generous, especially with the cackling. You're dealing with a pillow princess, a professional pillow princess here. Ugh, they're both laughing at this poor dude. And then this guy with the Super Nintendo shirt laughing with them. Like, dude, at least tell him that's fucked up. You guys are awful people. Instead, he's here laughing with them too with the Super Nintendo World shirts. Ugh. These apps really have brought the worst in people, right? They really have. And I keep seeing them. Every time I go out. You see them in public, and they're just there with their little phones out, right? They have their phones out. You see them interviewing girls. Hey, what do you do for a living? Yeah, what how much dick do you take? That's cool. What would you rate me? Yeah? Can I get your number? It's gross. Ew. Why are you subjecting my eyes to this? But I just saw that one. And unfortunately, IRL, I know people like that. So it's not just something that's anecdotally, or it is, I guess, in this case, but it's not just something you see online. It is something that exists. And it's gross. Oh, I don't know what the guy equivalent is. I don't know what the male equivalent is. I guess you would have to be a himbo in order to have the same sort of equivalent story where you just ghost a bitch or maybe you cheat on her. I guess that might be the one. But you see this happen more often than not with women rather than dudes. Man eats lunch. Woman diagnoses him as autistic. Right? Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? You wonder how she actually got to the point that she's still alive in 2023 or 2022, whenever that video was, with things like that, right? Where, he has to be autistic. How do you know that? You didn't have a conversation with him. You didn't talk to him. He just sat down in a restaurant that you guys initially agreed to be there, and you're calling him autistic. Yeah, she's the one cackling. He's a 10, but he does magic. Blaze. That's funny, right? That is accurate. Blaze Sarah. He's a 10, but he does magic. So he would go down to a 5, Blaze. Objectively attractive man. He's got the chin of a Greek god. He's fit, very fit. His hair is amazing. But unfortunately, he could find your card with one hand. So he's a 5. She's autistic for thinking. She's a 2. I feel like I was harsh there. Let me see what I would actually rate her, because I did give people before. If you have watched me long enough, you know that my ratings are pretty retarded. She's not a 3, right? I guess her attitude brought her down to a 3. But if she was at the bar, if she was at that Jada Cole's, right, the local bar, and she's over there across, and I'm pretty much hammered, I'd say like a 5, like a 5.8. Right? I wouldn't be upset. Right? I wouldn't brag. Hey guys, look what I hit. Let me see. Yeah, like a 5. Right? But I think the attitude brings her down to a 2.5. I have to give some space there because she's not morbid, right? She's not morbidly obese, but she is chunk. There is some chunk there. So like a 5.5. I would say. You got to feel it, man. You got to feel it. She's a... Dude, the reference. With the reference there. Your corn pop, just for the reference. You've dropped a couple good ones, I believe. Unless I gave... no, I think Wajah had a great one with the liquid. But corn pop, she's a Jada Cole 7. You're right. She's a Jada Cole 7. She's a Publix 3, but a Jada Cole 7. You see her at Jada Cole's, right? That's the bar, the local bar that me and Daniel used to talk about a lot on ham radio, where it's pretty much the diabetes bar of all time. She is Jada Cole 7. What a reference, my goodness. Cameras destroyed this generation. True. You could see that when they have videos of people like in the mid 2000s, and they would see a camera and they act out and they're like, oh, hey, cool. Now everybody's recording shit. If there's a fight going on, instead of calling the police, you get this. This is what people are doing, right? Instead of helping. Right now, I just saw a video of a guy get stabbed while people were recording. They're just there going, oh, shit. Oh, shit. How about somebody call the cops? How about somebody call an ambulance? Call security. No, you're there recording. Like this. Like this. Ugh. I fucking hate people. He left her in the car like a dog with the window cracked. right? Ew. Yeah, she said she didn't get down, so she's just in the car. And they think it's funny. The thing is so quirky. Oh my God, I'm gonna tell him to come. Oh, is that him? Oh, he looks worse in person. Oh. Then you see her roll up. What would you rate yourself, Piggy? Well, I think it depends, right? Because it's the whole thing. It's not just the looks, right? I'm not objectively terrible, right? I do have a hairline that goes down to my crack, the crack of my ass, which is unfortunate. I'm very short. That's the other one. I'm very short. So a lot of people might not necessarily find that attractive, but I am funny as shit. I'm creative, right? I'm funny, objectively. I drop some jokes. And once you're laughing, I'm just going to go in there. I'm going to go head first in that vag. So I would give myself, just overall package, funny, I'd say 7.8. 7.8, I think. Right? I think that's fair. Regardless of my height, I think my personality makes up for it. I think my humor, I think my wit, I think all of that makes up for it. So I'm giving myself a 7.8. Have you seen McGregor's new Netflix doc? There's a lot of great behind the scenes stuff all the way back to the Khabib fight. I did see some videos. Of him crying after the fight. But it is interesting to see him coming up because he's definitely changed a lot, right? And same thing with Masvidal. They're not hungry anymore. Once you make God knows how much money, you're not hungry. You're not there scrapping. Right now, yeah, it is good that you're not necessarily fighting because you're not getting your brains bashed in. But you're no longer scrapping, man. You're no longer clawing to get to the top. You'd have no hunger, no motivation for it. So it is unfortunate, but let's see. The person recording could have saved George Floyd, but they chose to film him. Phones have ruined anyone and have turned us all into spectators, even in the worst situations.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
I could have picked a better one. I need to find better drops. If you guys have better drops, send them to my email, pigcake with 2 E's at gmail.com. I would say do it on the Discord, but to be honest, I never checked the Discord. But send them to my email if you have better drops. All my drops are kind of dookie. I do have the car crash, which is permanent. I know a lot of... Whoops. The car crash is a permanent one.
Be better.
Be better is pretty permanent.
Okay.
Let's go could change. Let's go could change.
Okay, let's go.
That could change for sure. And
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
Gaberhood is also here to stay for at least the next couple weeks. I can't remove that one because I just put it. So it'd be rude to remove it. But yeah, hungry and hungover. You're right. Piggy's an 8 because of his personality. Funny. He's knowledge, skills, not ugly, and shape. Oh, God. Can I? No. Oh, I'm also fit. That's the other one that I ignored. And I've realized that looking at pictures of me back in the day. I did mention this, I think, the other day. Watching my old videos from, I believe, the pandemic. Especially that ham radio one where I went during the elections. And did a live stream there. I was straight up fat. I was fat as fuck, dare I say. I love going to youtube.com on Edge browser and not loading. It's just not loading. It's so quirky. Edge browser, right, by Microsoft. Isn't it wonderful that this is the one that they have on default when you open up your new Windows 11 PC? And this is the one they have there, right? Just we're just going to make you type everything out. HTTPS. Whatever / www.youtube.com. Is that what I have to do in order to get youtube.com to be loading? Let's see right now, because it's definitely not loading by itself. Gotta love it, man. Isn't it wonderful? I was gonna look up videos of me looking fat. I'm a solid 8 if I'm a stranger at a camping site you paid a lot for, New York City restaurant while you're waiting for champagne. I'm a 2. Okay, yeah. So you're right. Context is definitely key when it comes to that. I'm sorry I'm smiling. I just read other comments. I just, sometimes you read some comments and you smirk. Oh, man, it's still not fucking loading, dude. Come on. Okay, do I go to the new tab? YouTube. Watch, if I write you and it comes up on Bing, if Bing loads, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do Chrome. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I'll just use Chrome where it has all my information. And if I cough in the wrong direction, it's going to show everybody my personal email, my personal phone number, and everything else. Let me just use that. Let's go here. Ham Radio. I have to look up Ham Radio Daniel if I want to find Ham Radio clips, by the way. Ham Radio, my old podcast that I did with Daniel of UME, United Magicians Emporium fame. Let me see if I could find the live stream I did where I straight up look like a little meatball. I look like not even a little meatball. Let's see if they have it here. How long ago was this shit? Oh my goodness. I forgot how many of these we did. Comment section, the Karen special. We did some interviews here. The call-in special. Sunday sweat stream. I can't believe I tolerated him this many times. Did I have... Oh, TikTok Magic. That's funny. I did an entire one on TikTok Magic. Dude, how long ago was this? Was this pre-COVID? David Blaine. This is bothering me now. Let me show you what I'm looking at, because this is obviously not good television. Then I'm out here just scrolling through while you guys are not seeing what I'm looking at. This right here, right? So I'm looking for the one that I did live on the scene. Is it off? I hope not. This fat bitch. I remember this one that faked that she was in the Twin Towers. I know that I have the background. Oh, right. There it is. Ham Radio live on the scene. Look at this tubber.
What?
Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
Back it up. Are you happy here?
Look at this heifer. Especially when I turn. You could see your boy was a big boy. I was there chubby. I was there. This was a fun time. I believe I interviewed a homeless man here that did a headstand. That was a fun little incident there. It actually didn't get as packed as I thought it would. I did see the news right there. This homeless man that I see from time to time in the neighborhood. Right, look at the fit, by the way. Look at the fit. This is kind of what do you call this? I would say a fit of a man who's given up. I'm wearing swimming trunks. Oh, there you go. Okay, come on, man. I know he does a fucking headstand. I'm there speaking my awful Spanish. He's also drinking. Look at this. Look at this. Live on the scene. You don't see this from Chris Ramsey's channel. You don't see this on Chris Ramsey's channel, right? You see this only on old abandoned podcast channels like Ham Radio. My goodness. Love using that Bing search engine. What have I done? Says hungry and hungover. Yeah, that's funny. I miss Ham Radio. Well, Daniel's by here and we have the time. He's a busy man. We'll do another one. We did do one about a year ago here, and I was very annoyed at him. If I'm the Uber driver, I'm 1. If I'm in my work truck, I'm a 6. In my daily driver, I'm an ugly 10. What's your daily driver? Which is a term I hate, by the way. Oh, yeah, my daily driver is a Volkswagen. You know, it's a BMW 9231. Like, oh, God. More like 5'8", says Brian Ballard. I think you're talking about maybe my height. Hane says, PigCake looks like Antifa leader with the beanie. Am I rocking that look? Is that the look that I have? Photoshop me, right? You could Photoshop me. Do I look like somebody like that? Let me know. If you Photoshop me correctly, maybe. It's better than the Al-Qaeda leader with the balaclava. Yes, that is true. As a matter of fact, let me find that first episode. I don't think I did a ham radio, an official ham radio, with the mask on. I do think that the mask was off at the time. As a matter of fact, this was the first time I appeared in any form apart from that 50K video without my mask on. Let me see if I could go back. What a throwback. Right here. Look at that haircut. Look at this. Yeah, this is first time out here showing my face right after that 50K video 3 years ago. My goodness. I look like such an asshole. I hope I at least put on glasses. Right? Yes, I did. And I'm here looking at all the comments of people just blasting me, saying that I look like Vsauce Michael. Look at that, man. Look at this fucking... Look at this. My goodness. Your boy was comfortable, clearly. What a time. I'm trying to think of here. What was the other one? I know we did another one live on a scene. Talking to Xavier Spade. That's funny. We did some fun interviews. Peter Turner. If you wanted to hear the fucking car talk for an hour and a half. That was actually before I knew him well. I think now we'd have a better interview because I'd be talking shit the entire time. This is the part of the stream, by the way, where I look through the comments. If that's not apparent, I've already exhausted all my topics. My topics being Quinceanera, entrepreneurs, Idubbz, bitches, and dumb politicians. So I've gone through the list of available topics. I've mentioned my playing cards, mentioned a Kickstarter, which is coming, Shield the Academy, Vanishing Deck, right? Look at that. Let's see if I could set this up over here. I did a video on this recently, right? Oh, look, it's a deck of playing cards. But is it? Is it a deck of playing cards? I want to kill myself. What else do I have here? That's virgin shit. Oh, this right here. Oh, is it $1? Sorry. Is it a cigarette? Is it a cigarette? No, it's $100. It's $100. A $100 bill, which is very long. Way longer than regulation. Let's look through these comments, and then we might call this a stream. So again, this is a portion of the stream where you guys bring shit up. And if you don't, then we end the stream. But so far, I do think the PigCake community is capable of banter. So let's see what's going on here. Hungry and Hungover said already that I look like an Al-Qaeda leader. One of my favorite Piggy videos was a documentary voiceover of an Indian cult. Yes, that was a great one, which was annoying because I had to do it as like a watch-along. So it's like, oh, pause the video. Now play the video, right? Which was a fun one. Talking about the Sai Baba. That was a great one. Homeboy out here making things appear. Right? He manifested a phone. He manifested a phone with a data plan. What a fucking coincidence. I hate these random calls too. Hanson Chen needs to send Piggy free tricks again. That's true. Yeah, he did send me some fun stuff. He sent me the rubber band, the dick rubber bands. He doesn't send me the expensive stuff. I've noticed that. The Tic Tac one, which is fucking great. What else has he sent me? The cigarette, which were kind of dope. I mean, you could do some shit. It is a little bit odd, the cigarette one. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm the biggest fan of it, but some people would like that sort of shit. The rubber bands, which I had on me for a year. Those little rubber bands that were shaped like dicks. I think it was Christmas Eve, says Corn Pop. I don't know which one you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about an old video or a ham radio. Let's see. Bin Wang Gang. That's a throwback. Piggy, you should become the competition of Only in Dade. What would it be called? What would the competition be called? They have a fucking studio. Like a whole studio down, I forgot what street it is. Bird Road. If you keep going down, they have a building. That's how successful their Instagram is, that they have enough money to rent out an entire building. I went back in the day off and found all the clips of me asking about your deck for the review I'm going to do. You have changed so much in all the clips, jihadist to Masvidal to they, them. Right? Isn't that the vibe? Look at this. Look at the vibe I'm presenting. Today I do feel they, them-ish today with the beanie. Although I did unlock the beanie in my time in England, and I've become a beanie person. I've become Tim Pool, where it's 90 degrees, about 84 now because it's sundown, but I'm still wearing a beanie. Bitches and politicians should be a repeating theme. It is. Although I don't like talking about politics because politics is very divisive. People aren't really conducive. Your opinion is because of how you were raised. right? That's it. That's all it is. It's how you were raised, where you were raised, your friends, your cohorts. So it's obviously going to be a very divisive subject. So when people are like, no, mine's fucking right, or reaching out to magic companies because we have a political disagreement, saying, is this the guy that represents your company here? Is this the guy making black jokes? Well, who's the loser there, right? Let's go here. Hane, do you know the name of the cult video? I think it was Sai Baba. I don't know how to look it up because I might have unlisted it. But Sai Baba PigCake, maybe? I forget that on YouTube. It's called the Secret Swami commentary. So you could look that up. But I forgot on YouTube, usually you have to look up the exact title of the video in order to find it if I made it. So if I made a card trick tutorial, right, you have to look up the exact name of the video and PigCake, and then I might pop up. Isn't it wonderful? Any hype? Worst hype deck. Worst hype deck. I'm not really familiar with cards that are out now. I haven't really seen the market. I don't have any cards here that are brand new. As a matter of fact, I don't have any of that, so I can't tell you. Daniel did give me a SpongeBob deck, a Fontaine SpongeBob deck when I went to his house a couple months back. That was all right. I mean, I'm not really going to wet the bed over that one. What else here? Is there going to be one? Nope, I don't have any hype decks or any sort of deck. I really don't have an opinion on that. I've seen a Vagina 2 recently that I don't have an opinion on hype decks. Only in pigs? Only in pigs, yeah, but that's not, it has to tie directly into Miami, right? I guess. If I'm competing with only in Dade, only in pigs. That sounds like a weird cop fetish thing. Would you rather have a longer and skinnier dick or a wider and deeper asshole? Thank you for that. That's the commentary that I expect here on the PigCake channel. That cold video is like 4 years old, lost the history. It's there. The Secret Swami, PigCake. Paul Rudd and Jimmy Fallon. Pick the teeny weeny babies. Or did that say Rick or Pick? That says Rick, the teeny weeny babies. I feel like you're on drugs to leave a comment like that. Would you rather weaponize your penis or your butt? Definitely my penis. I've always had this game playing its worst superpowers. I've mentioned this before. It was an idea that I had for a skit before, in terms of like, oh, you have a superpower, but it has a terrible compromise. So you turn invisible, but you have to be jerking off, right? And in order to turn invisible, you have to do it. So, oh, let me turn invisible. You have to keep doing it in order to be invisible. But then if you stop doing it, you turn back visible. So you're there caught essentially naked. Or you get fly, but your thumb has to be in your butt the entire time. So, oh, I got to get there, right? So that's the superpowers of compromise. Do you ever get lost in your own neighborhood? Today I got lost driving to Safeway. No, this neighborhood's pretty easy to find. And especially in this area that everything has numbers. It isn't like Coral Gables, which is a little bit further that way, where it's just, oh, hey, just go to Sevilla Street. Where do you live? I live on the corner of Alhambra and Sevilla. What? Numbers. I know that 14 and 15 are next to each other. I don't know the Sevilla. I don't know what the fuck is, but they have these wonderfully eloquent names that now I have to look on a GPS. Whereas if I see 14 and 27th, I know, okay, 14, 27. If I see 28th or whatever, I know where that is. I know around where that is. That makes sense. But no, they got, oh, let me just find a fucking a name, a Spanish name. My goodness. Worst hype deck? Chris Angel. That wasn't a hype deck. The Chris Angel deck was not a hype deck. It was just a deck that he came out with that gave you AIDS. That deck was awful. It was yellow. It had the website on it. It had to have been designed by a complete meth addict. There's no way that you were actually, what do you call this? Somebody said, oh, I like this deck. Let me pick it up. Like it was part of a kit. I have a friend getting into colognes. Can you recommend something? Well, depends on what they like. If they like sweet, right? If they like sweets, I recommend something like John Paul Gaultier, Ultra Male, or the Copy, 9 p.m. by Afnan. If they like sort of smoky, you got, what's the fucking one that everybody gets? Not Creed Aventus. The Copy. There's a copy that I have right there of it. Club de Nuit, right? Anything by any Club de Nuit apart from Urban Man, and you're gonna be good. I have all 3 here, and I know that they came out with 6 more that I'm down to get, but unfortunately I'm being very cheap because I owe a lot of money to the government. Are you telling us where you live? Well, no, but you could kind of guess based on the area, right? I've mentioned certain streets. I mentioned I live in Miami. But unless you decide to take up your free time and triangulate pictures that I've posted in order to find my address, like certain people did. Complete meth addict, hence the Chris Angel deck. Yeah, but back then he was like jacked. What's your opinion on Spice Bomb? Spice Bomb is all right, but you can't wear it here, right? What I found out about scents recently wearing them is that they depend on the season. So if you're wearing a certain cologne that doesn't work for the summer, people are going to be very annoyed because it smells cloying. It smells annoyed. They're going to be like, it's going to smell good, but they're going to get a waft of just cologne. So you have to pick the right ones for the right season. So something like Spice Bomb wouldn't be appropriate to wear in the summer because it's vanilla, it's spice, right? It's clove. So it's not really appropriate for that. You're going to have to find something fresh, like Nautica Voyage. And there's one that I bought recently, Paris Hilton for Men. It's very cheap, but it's actually really, really good. So I'd recommend one of those if you're going to wear it, especially here in fucking Miami. Let's see here. A rare Howard Stern video, which is hard to find and pops up, is Chris Angel in 2002. And he tried to guess the caller's bra sizes with a mental epic board. Ugh. God, that sounds cringe. Especially Chris Angel, where he would put a ring in his mouth and then just make out with you. Like he'd make a ring vanish and then sneak it in his mouth and then kiss you and push the ring in your mouth. Ew. You live off of 27th, right? Well, 27th is relatively close by, right? But it's a major avenue. That's like saying, oh, you live near Cora Way. Yeah, I live near Cora Way. It's Miami, right? That's the street that goes everywhere. Same thing with 27. 27 is a massive avenue that goes through pretty much the entirety of Miami. CK1 is great for the summer. Yes, they have a couple. I just got, or no, I didn't just get, but the one that I'm looking for now in the rack stores is CK1 Summer Days, right? I like to look up the budget ones, the ones that last longer that are budget ones. But I have a TikTok channel now, or a TikTok account that I'm dedicating to colognes, and essentially trying to shill people to use my Amazon for that. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm going for. You could find it on your own. But I think that's a good stream. I think we've done it. I think this has been a hot one. Be on the lookout for the deck Kickstarter. I'm going to be doing a live stream. I'm going to be doing a live stream when the Kickstarter comes out live as it's taking place, so that my success or failure is broadcast permanently on the internet. But I was working actively on the Kickstarter today, and hopefully that should be coming your way soon. I'll say a launch date. I was thinking of when the channel started. So I know that the channel started in, but I think that's too far away. Let's see. So the anniversary is June, right? So June 30th. I don't want to wait till that long. But I joined June 30th, 2016. So I don't necessarily want to wait that long to do it. But that would be a nice, appropriate day. What's the best place to find replica colognes? Amazon, but you need to make sure the recent reviews are good. So if the recent reviews are good, then you could find. But there's a lot of good companies for that. Afnan is one, AFNAN. Club de Nuit is a great one. The one that I've gotten recently is it's called Mason Alhambra. I have maybe 2 of them. They're really good. They smell exactly, pretty much like the colognes they're copying. The best cologne is Versace for Men, the blue bottle. I think you're talking about Eros. I've said this several times. Women literally ask me what I'm wearing to buy it for their boyfriend. I think you're talking about either Eros or Eau Fresh. If you're talking about the blue Versace bottle, you're not talking about blue jeans. That's for sure. Unless your crowd is the 80-year-old crowd. But I assume you're talking about Eros, which is that fat, nice blue bottle. It comes with a red one. They have a one called Eros Flame, which is a nice one too. But look at the virginity here, man. We've gotten into the dick deep into cologne talk in the end. The best place to find replica cologne is shady gas stations. Yeah, but you're going to find colognes there that last maybe 3 minutes. You want them to last all day. I want people to smell me when they walk in. I remember in 5th grade, some bitch said that I smelled. And ever since, I've been obsessed with always smelling good. So I'll shower twice a day. If I sweat, I'll shower twice a day. I'll drown myself in fantastic smelling colognes, right? Your boy's out here. Ever since that bitch in 5th grade said that I smelled. Do I smell now, huh? Do I smell now? She's probably dead or pregnant. Yeah, so that's the stream. I guess some advice at the end, as I like to usually give. Let me see. Typically, I like to find something around me and use it based on that. Oh, right here. Okay, so this is a combination of a couple things. From apparently Utah is very popular. Dirty sodas, right? I'm not really familiar because I've never been there, but I am familiar with, what do you call this? Dirty sodas. Have you ever been to El Brazo Fuerte Bakery? I'm also familiar with the YouTube account, El Brazo Fuerte, right? But that's a decent bakery. It's all right. It's not the best. They have some good pastelitos. This right here is dirty soda. It's Coke Zero. It's creamer. And it's cookie dough 0-calorie syrup, right? Fire. It tastes like coffee. And all it is, it's Coke, Diet Coke, syrup, and a little bit of creamer, right? People think, oh, you're mixing creamer in your Coke? That's disgusting. Try it. Try it. Get some coconut syrup, all right? Get some creamer, mix that in your Diet Coke, and you're going to have a good time. And play around with the different syrups, and you're going to see it. You're going to come up with different concoctions. And if you get 0-calorie syrup, guess what? You're not even getting fat. You're not even getting fat. So little tip from Piggy there. Okay, bye. I used to be here, and now I'm gone. Actually, you know what? We'll end it on this.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.